Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Hybrid Nuke. Now, before we get started, if you want to hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you want to see much more content like this. Now, we're back, but this time we're for round 1 Australia of TMC Division 1. Managed obviously to come through from Division 4 straight out to Division 1. There's much higher competition. The competition's a lot higher. So I knew that I had a lot of work to do, put in a lot of practice for it. I had a pretty decent banker lap, to be fair, but it kind of got eclipsed. So let's jump into it. So starting my banker lap now, I get a pretty decent exit, to be fair. I'm really aiming for anything obviously below a 22. I'm thinking 22.8. That's a nice little banker lap. Trick obviously to keep the momentum going through sector 1. So turn 1, turn 2, you really want to kind of straighten it up as much as possible. Turn 3, bit of a tricky one without ABS, but you do have to watch it. Traction obviously key as well. Coming up to end sector 1, it looks like it's pretty decent. There we go, 27 flat. Not the best, could be in the 26s, but I'm pretty happy with the 27 flat. This corner here, just trying to take as much apex speed as I can, try and get a nice decent exit. I did in fact switch my my setup about 15 minutes before the race. I was in a bit of a panic, so go down to gear 6, try and take as much of the exit speed as I can to get a nice run out into sector 3. Key on the traction there, take as much speed through the apex here and just try and finish off the lap with a nice exit here. A little bit dodgy, but we carry a lot of speed through, and then I'm just watching my time, 20, and we finish with a 21.8, putting us on pole. But so as you saw, JHT, or John Heaven Terry, managed to put in a 21.2. 21.2 in my eyes was just bonkers. My best was a 21.4. No, sorry, 21.3. So to do that for a banker was just.
You should just see that banker.
As you hear by my reaction, was just crazy. But even that was eclipsed. So my reaction was just in pure disbelief as Beastas has managed to set a 21 flat, and you're just thinking, you know, how much quicker can these guys get if they're setting these for a banker, and they're still a 3/10 quicker than myself on a rapid lap. So that was pretty much the end of qualifying. I did manage to put in a 21.5. Wasn't my fastest, but you know, we'll take it, putting me in P6 or 7. So that's the end of qualifying. Starting P7. Beast didn't go and finish a second lap. I've got my teammate right behind me, who's not far behind. The guy ahead of me, just thousandths off. You know, so it was my aim was really just try and keep it clean. Kate and I both had a strategy that we were going to go for, a one stop, but we're also going to try and get the undercut and get out ahead of these guys. Starting P7, 5 lights are out, and at this point I'm starting to think, you know, I could possibly take this guy on the right, especially with the way that the traffic's gone there. A guy goes off on the left hand side, but I still got Gamer Paco sitting on my right rear here, so I know I'm probably going to have to go deep, leaving him just about enough room. But these guys ahead of me are going slower. I've got Kane, my teammate, on the inside or outside of me here, coming up on the inside. Just let him go through, look after my tyres for the first stint, and push on my out lap.
Yeah.
So I know for the rest of this stint, all I need to do is really just sit behind them. You know, I'm not using rich, just keeping it clean, trying to keep my apart from that corner, trying to keep my exits, my corners the same, and just stick with these guys until the undercut becomes apparent, and we can really start to put pressure on, you know, beast that's ahead who hasn't really had the pressure, and the other guys that think they're fast enough to win. So that was mostly the aim. At this point, I know that my teammate's heading into the pits. It was always the aim on these laps to be pitting, so I'm keeping it in rich. I need to close up to Paco a little bit, just to make sure I'm staying within DRS. Perhaps I can gain a position, maybe not, but this was, I know that I'll be pitting on this lap now, so I've really got to close up the gaps so that the undercut is far more of an advantage.
Come on, you go. damage.
So, yeah, as you saw, Julian came out of the pits. The undercut didn't really work due to the fact that I really had a horrible outlap. It wasn't, I didn't take it optimally. I didn't gain the time that I needed to just because of the mistakes that I made. If it was clean, perhaps I could have come out ahead of him. But, I ended up making a stupid mistake in just not pitting. I think at this point I was a little bit deflated. I put in a lot of work. Definitely had the pace to be, on the podium at the very least. So this was just devastating to see. And try to get through this S, had to take a lot of curb. Managed not to get a penalty from it, but it wasn't really ideal.
I got half the front wing. Just on there. Oh, oh, fuck it.